Largely unchanged since its 2007 release, the CRF 150R has stagnated over the years and is not considered by most to be a viable option at the highest levels of mini bike racing. In 2015, the powerful Amsoil Honda team and head engine builder Christian Kibbe gave the team's 150 the works treatment, complete with electronic fuel injection, electronics from a 250, and a handmade aluminum gas tank. Carson Mumford was recruited to pilot the exotic Mini, and during his 2-year tenure on the bike, he succeeded in running at the front of the pack and winning championships at the highest levels of national competition. For 2018, Mumford will transition to big bikes, and a new rider for the world's trickiest 150 was needed. 14-year-old Hunter Yoder from Menifee, California, was selected to take over as Amsoil Honda's Supermini pilot. A regular competitor at the TransWorld Motocross race series, Yoder chose to make his racing debut aboard the new machine at this year's Mini Major.
I was gonna get to ride the bike was like very cool for me because I've never really had like the best bikes. But then when we found out it was like the real deal, we were pretty pumped. I mean, this thing is insane. I mean, nobody can really build it if they tried. Everything's like one-off, so it's a pleasure to get to ride this thing. We're actually keeping this thing like it's the real deal now. Like, it's in our garage, like it's at our house. This is insane. Like, we're actually doing it, so that was kind of cool.
We started really being competitive when he was 8, but pretty much racing all the time from like 5, 6, 7 years old. I think he was 8 when he first went to Loretta's. That was big, and you know, just having good results and like a good personality. I think a lot of people like him. That's helped, so he's gotten a little bit of support, you know, from, you know, something over here, over there, and it's kind of slowly worked itself into, you know, a big deal. A team taking care of the whole bike. You know, they're there to answer questions, they're there to help, they got, you know, R&D. I mean, it's literally everybody's dream to get to that point.
I started out working with Carson for about 1.5 years, and then word of Hunter starting, team kind of approached me to stay with the bike because it's kind of it can be a tricky bike, you know. So I know it, so it made the most sense for me to stay with the bike. He's pretty quiet, you know. When the helmet's on, pretty quiet, takes it serious. Then likes to joke around, you know, away from the bike and stuff, but pretty spot on with all the feedback of, you know, testing-wise, suspension, whatever you do, this feedback is exactly represents what you did. So I think that's pretty cool coming from a 13-year-old.
Friends with Hunter before he got the ride, so it was cool to see a friend get on that thing, and someone with cool style, so it should be fun to watch him. I think he's in a good place. A lot of people told me that when I was on that thing, that, hey, you're gonna be dialed in. So when I got on the big bike, it really helped to be riding that 4-stroke for all those years, and the struggles that I went through and just getting that bike dialed up, it really helped me to get this thing dialed in as well. So I'm super pumped to watch another kid like Hunter get on that thing who's got a really cool style, and hopefully when he gets on the big bike, he'll love that too.
I've always been pretty competitive, and motocross has always been my thing. I mean, I've done other sports, but I always end up coming back here, and I really just, this is my passion, I guess you could say. I really like doing it, and I hope to keep on doing it for a long time.
To do motocross at the top level, you pretty much got to count on spending 50 grand a year minimum, if not more. And you got to put a lot of time into it. You know, a lot of people think that you can just show up to the track with a bike and yell at your kid to go faster, and that's not what it's all about. You know, like Hunter's on a, I mean, he's a regular kid, but we make sure he eats well all the time. You know, we make sure that he's doing off the bike training stuff. He does a lot of mountain bike riding. He goes to the W. Basically, our whole life revolves around it. I mean, our dining room table is covered in, you know, gear drying, helmets drying, goggles drying. Our driveway, you know, is got boots out there drying. I mean, it's got to be a life commitment, literally. Like I said, it can't just be, you know, something you're gonna do every now and then. And even if you do it all the time, you gotta have a plan, and you know, you gotta have reason behind what you're doing, and try to make sense of it all, and also keep your fingers crossed, and you know, hope for good results.
A couple times I've had the option to either stay at home, play with friends, or go to the track. I mean, that was a pretty easy choice. I mean, go to the track any day of the week, instead of playing video games, sitting on the couch, or riding bikes around the neighborhood. I'd way rather go to the track than sit at home.
I mean, like I said, he is just a kid, and he's never really had necessarily a trainer that's going to the track with him all the time, so it's me taking him to the track. And you know, there's times, like I said, he's a regular kid, so there's times where, you know, maybe he doesn't want to jump a jump that I think he needs to do, or maybe he doesn't want to drink his protein shake, or he doesn't want to eat all of his eggs. And unfortunately, I have to be the guy that's driving that, you know, and so sometimes it drives a wedge between us. But then, with that being said, you know, I've got to raise him really close because I do spend so much time with him. We get to have a lot of talks, you know, driving to the track, driving home from the track, not just about motocross, but just life in general. And you know, I try to give him a lot of guidance that way. And yeah, as far as the family thing goes, like, it doesn't necessarily bring our family closer together, but fortunately, you know, his mom is 100% on board. You know, she's in there cooking him a full meal right now, instead of, you know, just a bowl of cereal and, you know, telling him to, you know, go out there.
Everything involves around it, so I mean, we're pretty much always doing something for motocross, but I mean, sometimes we'll take a break, but most of the time it's motocross on the go all day, every day.